Yes, my people. Hope you're all good. Hope you're all well. I don't expect many ups in the building tonight, but if you are an up and you're in the building, hit that like button and you know what else to do. I'm going to let you know what to do later on. But this is for my people, the Arsenal people. I'm not saying I don't have people that don't support other clubs. Of course I do. Who doesn't? But this is for my Arsenal people. North London derby win. Arsenal 2, Tottenham 1, and 3 points. And more importantly, 2 points gained. 2 points gained on Liverpool. Massive. We had to capitalize. The task was there for us to do. Not the first time we had this task. The fourth time, actually, if I'm not mistaken. But fourth time lucky, as they say. Or is it third time lucky? I can't remember. Doesn't matter. Third or fourth time. We've closed the gap by 2 points. Now, am I excited? I'm hard to please, people. I'm hard to please at the best of times. But looking at Liverpool, looking at the way they're playing, coupled up with something else I'm going to get into later on in the video. Coupled up with something else. It wasn't just the 3 points today and the fact we gained 2 points in Liverpool. Something else has come up in the last couple of days that's giving me the feeling we can potentially salvage some of the season. I say some is because we're out of a competition already, essentially out of the other. But this is Premier League, this is North London derby, and we got the 3 points. And listen, it was a weird game. Like, I think people were saying it was a weird North London derby feel before the game anyway. You know, was it for me? Not really. The game came about quick for me. I think it was needed, especially after the last result and what that last result meant and how it came about. I think a game within few days is necessary in those positions. Don't dwell too much on what's just happened. This is another competition. And to be honest with you, what do they say? When one door closes, another opens. That's what Liverpool let happen. I say let happen. Listen, Forest are no pushovers. Forest are a very good side that so far this season have done very good things, and they deserve to be where they currently are, which is a couple of points behind us. Taking 4 points off Liverpool so far this season. Yeah, win and a draw, taking 4 points off them. So credits to Forest. I mean, if we do come back into it and Liverpool do bottle it, because it would be bottling it from the position they're in, then we'll look at Forest as one of the teams that, you know, will owe a drink. And you know what? This clip might come back to bite me if Forest go on to actually win it themselves. Imagine that. Imagine that. But let's not imagine that, people. Let's get into the match reaction. Before we get into the match reaction, let's get into Proton VPN. They're back, people. They're not just here for the losses. I see a lot of people complaining last time. This ain't genuine. He threw in an ad midway. Well, am I going to drop my bag because the players are not even dropping their bag? They're collecting their bag whilst not delivering. No, sorry, Bob. But today, we win. We win, I mean Arsenal win. That means we win, people. And Proton VPN, hopefully they win. Show them some love. There's a QR code on the screen, a link in the description, a link in the comment section. It's all pinned, people. Over 8,500 servers available in over 115 countries. Make it make sense, people. Protect yourself, your data, keep yourself secure. And you know the rest, people. You know the rest. If you don't know the rest, then where have you been? If you don't know where you've been, make sure you subscribe because you haven't been here. Make sure you subscribe, hit the like button, and make sure you show Proton VPN some love, people. QR code, links, galore. Easy. Do what you need to do. Show them some love. Show the video some love. And let's show some of the players some love, starting with Gabriel. Now, at times with Gabriel over the last couple of years, I've looked at him and thought, at the start of the season, like, don't get it twisted, I've never doubted his quality. But he just had moments that could cost you. And listen, he had a moment in the previous game, but he made up for it. And quite often he does make up for any moments, whether that's in the current game or the following game. You know, he tends to bounce back pretty strong. And on top of that, when you couple up that with the level of performances he's put in over the years, and this season in particular, when we are lacking so much of a goal scoring threat in our attacking positions, midfield included, and in the way we create. Gabriel, I was with Flex doing box to box the other day for the Man United game. He picked that Gabriel as a threat. The first time ever I've done a box to box or spoke to an opposition fan where I've asked who's the key man, and it hasn't been Saka or Odegaard or Even Jesus and Martinelli at times. Haven't heard Trossard or Havertz much, but each to their own. Each to their own. Gabriel comes up trumps again. And I know it was down as an own goal, but for him to even tussle for it, I don't know if did Dragusin make the contact? I don't even know. But Gabriel was there, jostling about. The ball was aimed at him. Declan Rice. You see that set piece part of his game? That, I don't know, has he always been that good at set pieces? That set piece part of the game, I'm liking it a lot. We've been needing it a lot, and I've been liking it a lot. Now, if we can finally couple it up with what I'm going to get into later on in the video, another thing that, in my opinion, has changed aura-wise in the last couple of days, we might be headed into a better place than we have been in the past 7-10 days anyway. But let's move. Gabriel aside, man of the match, well deserved. Another top performance, another goal for him. Surely close to being. Is he our third top scorer of the season? I haven't checked, but I'd say Havertz. Obviously Saka. Sorry, Havertz. Not too sure. I'll check it after. You'll check it after. Let me know in the comments. It is what it is. Lewis Skelly again. I think another top performance, and I like the edge to his character. We see the edge to his game. We're starting to see the edge to his character. Like, for a young kid to, and listen, when he went off the pitch, you know, he loved that moment, and especially when the game's still up in the air, some might say, oh, you know, make sure the game's wrapped up. I think Gabriel even done the whole after, oh shit, done the whole thing after winning a corner or winning, I forgot, goal kick. I don't know what it was. You could sense that maybe people were getting carried away, but nah, stood up to the test and got the job done. I mean, the second half was a chore. Everything happened in the first half. The Gabriel header. Listen, and Tottenham had 3-4 minutes where I need to give Raya credit, because Raya made that save from Kulusevski. And listen, although we came back from a goal down anyway, Kulusevski gets that in, it could be a different game. It could be a different game. So credit to Raya for that save. They scored soon after, deflected effort, Saliba's toe. Unfortunate in the grand scheme of things. It is what it is. But it did feel like at that moment, you know, again, what did I say in my last match reaction? 10, 20 minutes, you feel good. You're controlling the game. You're feeling the mat. Your pressure is intensifying. But as our pressure intensifies, it doesn't feel like we get over that final line, which what more intensive pressure should lead to. And that's chance creation, wave of attacks, you know, at the very least. But yeah, Tottenham go 1-0 up. We get back into it, and to be honest, as much as I said what I just said now, our second goal was a moment that I feel like we need more of. We win the ball back so well. You know, our press is one of the best. We win the ball back a hell of a lot, but whenever we win the ball back, we tend to reset a lot. But the way we press deserves so much more. And by that, I mean, look at the second goal. Partey, credit to Partey here as well. Another tackle from him. We've been seeing it throughout the year. It does sound like he will, you know, leave upon the end of his contract at the end of the season. We know there's off-field issues with him as well. So the Zubamendi news, I guess, offsets the losses of Partey and Jorginho. But Partey, that tackle today, made the goal. But this is what I'm talking about. Partey, tackle, we catch them off guard on the back foot. Odegaard, clinical in his action. Clinical in his action. Decided to take that extra touch, make that pass out to... Was it Odegaard? I think it was Odegaard. Make that... Yeah, it was Odegaard. What am I saying? Make that pass out to Trossard. Trossard, you see him look up. He's considering it. He thinks, nah, takes that extra touch, looks at goal. And in my opinion, it was a great finish. Listen, their keeper could have done better, but part of a great finish in this aspect is that the ball bounces right in front of the keeper. You know, that makes it much more difficult for the keeper. So I think that was a great finish from Trossard. And as much as we don't get 90-minute performances out of Trossard, at least we get moments and goals. And I think that's still important in a squad. Hence why, you know, looking forward, I've always said that Trossard's an asset off the bench. For sure. If we can improve our attacking options, which we should be doing in this window and the next window, then Trossard's best asset as a player becomes much bigger for us, because it's a weapon that we can choose to use and be more, I don't know, just be more. Teams have kind of clocked it with Trossard, and that's because of us, because his importance has gained since signing as a stopgap. He was a stopgap, but his importance has gained for one reason or another, main reason being Martinelli's form. So I feel like teams know what to expect from him a hell of a lot more, whereas if he's coming off the bench, he becomes that surprise factor for us again, which is massive for us. Especially looking now, when we looked on the bench today and Martinelli was our only player. So listen, Trossard, big up, nice finish. Played okay throughout the game. You know, I think the attacking players in general, again, it's a game where set pieces and balls into the box was our main form of excitement or hope. Second half, again, the corner, Havertz heads just wide. Some might say unfortunate, some might say he needs to do better. It is what it is, but the header straight after or right before that, which was a physio ball. It was a physio ball, but you're alone. You need to be doing much better. And it was straight down the keeper's neck. Pause. And it remained 2-1. And I think a third goal, well, essentially the game was killed. We won it 2-1, but a third goal could have really, opened it up for us. At halftime, there was a slight feeling that we'd get more goals and would see them off quite cleanly. But yeah, they was bold in their substitutions, I guess, early on in the second half, for the second half, and that got them more of the game, or whether that was by design by us, because the second half they had more of the ball. But again, in terms of chances created, I'm struggling to think of Raya having to make a save. But like I said, people, 2-1, 3 points. That is what it was about. It was about capitalizing. That was the agenda for today. After Liverpool's drop points, it was about capitalizing. If they had won, it was about keeping somewhat pressure on. From this point, reset. We're 7 points behind. I'm looking at, well, I know it's 4, but you know me. I'm saying 7 because I'm going to assume they're going to beat Everton. If they don't, happily surprised. If they do, I expected it. It is what it is. If you're one of them people that are saying 4 points, expectant of Everton, okay, that's fine too. I hope you're right. I hope Everton do something, but Aston Villa next. They have Brentford away. I think it's another chance for, well, in my opinion, there'll be another chance for either us to get a bit closer, or Liverpool to re-extend the gap. Because I just got a feeling, I said going into the game on the OGs with Curtis, I said, out of the 4 games, Liverpool against Forest and Brentford and us against Tottenham and Villa, I think there's 2, what you might call surprises in there, and that's drop points. Liverpool's taken the first of the 2. If they take it again, I was talking about the door Monday. Imagine Monday we're 2 points away, and here I am going back to feeling like Everton is up in the air. It'll be 5 points, but it'll be a lot closer than it was 5 days ago. But listen, let me not get ahead of myself. Aston Villa next. We must beat them, regardless of what Liverpool do. We must beat them. It's another difficult opposition out of the way, and we move on to the next one. That's all we can do at this moment in time, people. Move. And whilst we move, make sure you subscribed. Make sure you hit that like button. I've got nothing else to say. 14 minutes in, probably going to end on 15. Love for the love. I've got to mention that Sol Campbell Google Pixel advert. One of the greatest adverts. One of the greatest adverts I've ever seen. And the interview on AFTV, I mean, to talk to a legend like that, it's all mad. To talk to a legend like that, it's all mad. And he follows me now. Big Sol, you know. Crazy. Crazy. Man grew up on those standards. But hopefully we get back to it. There was a few gems in the interview, by the way, as well. So whether you like or dislike AFTV, go over and check the Sol Campbell interview. Big moment for me. I know I interviewed Seaman as well, not too long ago. But Sol Campbell, obviously, is as big a part of the history that I witnessed growing up. So make sure you check it. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. Make sure you show Proton VPN some love. As you can see, the QR code is right there, people. Boop. That's exactly where I'm going to put it. Subscribe, people. Love for the love. I'm out. Peace.